70% of Australia is desert. These two areas are rely on rainfall for pasture production. This area relies on irrigation water, is under a lot of stress. The challenge for the industry is to use less water. It's from the mid-1990s, so the last about 12 years, the rainfall has been light, less. The industry realises, well, I think it accepts there is change in climate in Australia. Okay. But again, still, pasture is still the most important feed source. Flexible production platforms is more important now. Production expanded rapidly in the 1990s, 5% per annum. We emerged as the world's third largest exporter, and this was driven by major expansion in herd numbers. 8 years ago was 22,500. Now we're down, well, actually we're below 9,000 now. The average herd size is about 250. Farmers tell me that when they get to between 300 and 400 milkers, they face a big challenge in management, where they have to become managers of labour. And one of the big challenges of the industry is being a better employer. Because traditionally, dairy has been seen as an employer of last resort. Just here, Australia's volume of milk that's exported reached about 60% of the turn of the decade. About 60% of milk was exported. That percentage is likely to drop to about 45%. Japan, largest market. Asia, Japan, Southeast account for about 2/3 of the volume and value. And in Australia we have two major supermarket chains which account for more than 70% of sales, and they have, as you can expect, a lot of market power, increasing home brand. Number one goal of the industry is profitability. But the issue too is that we're going to boost profitability, we need to improve this productivity line. One of Dairy Australia's major roles, and where the biggest amount of our funding goes, and since the onset of the drought, the major goal is to improve profitability, to keep as many farmers on the land. And here's some of the programs we have. Cow Time, and some of the farmers talk to you more, but is about improving milking times. It's called making milking easier. Countdown Down Under is to improve the quality of milk. Very briefly, Dairy Australia is a not-for-profit company, not-for-profit. We are funded solely by dairy farmers. They pay a mandatory levy, about 31 cents per 100 litres. The industry puts up money for research and development. The federal government will contribute a matching amount, subject to a cap. This is the Peak Industry Council. This is the council that decides industry policy for the federal government. You might be sitting in this room, have different policy views, but when you walk out the door, there is one policy.